Hi there everyone, it's Adele de Caso here. Hope you're all well. I think this is the very first video that I've ever filmed at night time. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have the house to myself. My husband and son Javi have gone on a snowboarding trip and my girls are currently just out of the house. So I'm actually going to take this opportunity to do two things. One, record this video, and two, wrap all the children's presents up while they're out of the way. So for the reason that I'm filming at night, I've had to switch positions because the sofa that I usually sit on to record my videos, because I needed the light on, the light was reflecting in the TV screen behind me, so I've had to swap around. So I thought I'd sit by the Christmas tree because it's all very festive and this is my last video of the year, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for supporting me, watching my videos, following me on my social media, and just for, you know, visiting the blog and on the website and everything. So I have a couple of pieces of news. I have one thing I want to share that I learned last week, and then I'm going to show you at the end. I just thought I would show you the Christmas tree and a couple of things that I wanted to show you in particular about the Christmas tree. So first of all, something I picked up last week. I went to a course. My husband Jamie managed to get me a guest pass to go and see. He's been doing a course over a period of a few months, and on the last week there was a guest speaker coming in, so he managed to get me an invite because this guest speaker sounded amazing and I really wanted to go and listen. So he was a really good speaker on marketing, and I'll link to him below the video. He was called Grant Livoff. I'd not heard of him before, but he was very big in the marketing world, and he's got a psychology background as well. So I found it really interesting. I loved the whole thing. It was in a university. I went along, I felt like I was a student again. It was amazing. I just loved being in the university environment again. You know, just sitting in the lecture theatre listening to this guy. It was so interesting. So one of the things he was saying was, you know, he was having a conversation with his son. He was telling the story of how he'd had a conversation with his son recently, and he was explaining to his son how it used to be, you know, when he was a child, and he was a similar age to myself and Jamie, I think maybe a few years younger, but we could relate so much to this. So he said the reason, you know, people struggle to fit everything in these days is because when you look back to, you know, when we were sort of school age and we used to come home from school, we'd have a choice of, you know, one or two channels on the TV. That's all we had. And if we wanted to, you know, read a book, we had the options of going to W.H. Smith and buying a book, or we could go to the library and lend a book. So we didn't have, you know, all the TV channels that we have now, Netflix, Amazon, Disney, you know, all the Sky. We didn't have all those options. We had two channels, and if we wanted to read, we had, you know, a couple of options. Whereas nowadays, we've got all this free information on the internet. You know, we've got Amazon Kindle. We didn't have access, obviously, to internet. We didn't have emails. We didn't have WhatsApp messages. We didn't have Messenger. We didn't have Facebook, Instagram, and all the other social media channels. So, you know, I remember sort of, you know, sometimes thinking to myself, what shall I do? You know, and maybe, you know, choosing to either read or choosing to, you know, be creative and make something or do some colouring or, you know, I don't know, lots of different things. But these days, you know, we don't have that anymore because we're always, you know, we turn to our phones. If ever we have 2 minutes where we're not doing anything whatsoever, we'll turn to our phones, won't we? And we start scrolling. So, you know, we don't tend to have that sort of time to just be bored. You know, I heard it recently from another source. You know, it's actually good to be bored from now and again. It's good to have that, you know, just time where you're not actually doing anything at all. So I found it, you know, I thought, oh yeah, he was saying, you know, why do we feel so busy yet we have the same amount of time? And that's the reason, because we've got all these, you know, things that are begging for our attention constantly. And just the day before I heard him say this, I'd had a period in the afternoon where I just thought, I can't keep up. I literally can't respond to all my avenues that were coming in, you know, messages were coming from all different places, email, WhatsApp, you know, Messenger, and you feel like you have to respond, you know, in the moment, don't you? Or else you feel like you're being rude if you don't respond there and then. But, you know, we can't keep this up. It's just not a great way. It's not a good way, you know, to go throughout your day, just feeling constantly under pressure to respond to everything that comes in. So we just need to, you know, set some boundaries for ourselves. And maybe it's just a case of, you know, checking emails at certain times of day, checking, you know, other messenger formats at different times of day. But, you know, I'm not saying I've got the solution. I just feel like we need to do something. So, or, you know, at least put the phone away just, you know, for short periods of time throughout the day, and then, you know, just not feel like we have to be at the beck and call of, you know, the people that are, you know, or the, I don't know, everything that's needing our attention, and just give ourselves some time to just be and not absolutely, you know, not have anything to do. So it really, you know, it got me thinking, and I think it's particularly important at this time of year, because this time of year is when we're trying to fit lots of other things in as well as our normal daily to-do list, isn't it? You know, we're shopping and we're wrapping presents and we're thinking of what to buy for different people. So at this time of year it is particularly important. We are extra busy and we've got the same amount of hours in the day as we have, you know, to do everything else and fit everything in. You know, so I am going to give this some more thought, and, you know, and try and set some boundaries, because I listened to a lady, one of, you know, my favourite mentor, Michelle Rohr, that I talk about a lot these days, but she has a system in place where she only responds to email a few times a month. And at first you think, how on earth can that happen? How on earth can I do that? But obviously she's made it work for her, and she's come off social media completely. So she has set some boundaries, and I'm not saying I'm going to come off social media completely, and I'm not saying that that's what you should do, but we do need to give ourselves some breaks, you know, from feeling so in demand from so many different sources all the time. Anyway, that was that. So it was a really good day. I'll share some of the things that I learned that day in future videos. But I wanted to talk about that. And then the two announcements that I have. The first one is that I now have a shop live on my website. So I'm very excited about that. So there's actually a page where you can go and see everything that you can purchase. There's books, there's books, courses, planners, you know, a lot of things on there. And the other actually I've got another bit of exciting news that I hadn't thought of, which is that my paperback books are very, very, they're going to arrive very, very soon. So I ordered some more paperbacks of Shy People Can Be Successful Too, because they had run out and I only had the Kindle version available. So they will be here very, very soon. They're actually on the shop. So if you do want to order a paperback version, then it will be, you know, with you. It won't be sort of this side of Christmas, I don't think, but it will be very shortly afterwards, because they are on the way back from the bookbinder. The printer has done their job. They're now just being bound, so they'll be here very, very soon. And the other thing is I have applied to do something that is so far out of my comfort zone, but something that I've always dreamed of doing. So I'm in that phase where I'm very, very excited. You know, who knows whether it'll come off or not, but I've applied to do a TED Talk. It's something I've always wanted to do, or even, you know, I've always just wanted to go along and watch a TED Talk session. But my local university, and it's the university where I actually went myself years ago, they are holding a TED event. And it came about because my husband found out first, and he forwarded it to me, the email to me, and said, you know, are you interested in this? And I was like, what? Yes, I'm so interested in this. So I read it, and I read through the details, and you had to apply online. It's happening in February. So I've put my heart and soul into it. You know, let's see what happens. I won't be devastated if I don't get through, because I know that they must have, you know, lots and lots of applications, but it would be an absolute dream come true. So I'm currently visualising it happening. I'm visualising myself walking onto the stage. I'm visualising giving the talk. You know, it's one of those things like where I've said before, if you have the opportunity to do something, just, you know, don't think about how it's going to happen. Just, you know, do it, just go for it. So I'll keep you all posted about that. So that's all I wanted to share today. I'm going to finish this video by just giving you a little tour of my Christmas decorations, because it's very, obviously it's very festive now I've put the decorations up, and I just thought it was a nice way to end the video. So again, thank you so much for all your support this year. I hope you have an absolutely amazing Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you all in the new year. Have a great one. Bye for now.
Hi there. So this is the first tree. We always have a real tree in this room. This room used to be the dining room, but we never used it as a dining room, so we changed it into a little like snug lounge. And we always have a real tree in here. So this is this one. So it's not massive, but I still really like it. So that one has not got, that's just got sort of general decorations on it. It's the one in the other room that I wanted to show you. So this is the hallway. I've got a little bit of a garland on the stairs, just a few little decorations on the walls. There's a reindeer over here, Christmas and a reindeer there, Santa and a couple of other decorations under there, and then Santa and his sleigh with his reindeer up there as well. So in the other lounge, this is like our main lounge. Obviously I've got the stockings hanging up there, some cards, and then this is the main tree. So this tree is artificial, but it literally is the best investment we've ever made. We invested in one, we paid, a little bit sort of more than we wanted to pay at the time. But I can honestly say, this is about our 5th year with it now. And it's just so easy to put together, but it looks real, it looks amazing. So there's quite a few decorations on here that have just got like meaning. The kids have all got one of these, little one, Forever Friends, that I had off a really good friend. There's a couple of others with the names on. And then there's ones that we've sort of collected from some of our favourite places. But this one I wanted to show you because this is my latest one. It's literally just gone on the tree yesterday. And this was a present off a really good friend of mine. So she knows I'm obsessed with London, and this is Liberty London. So it's Liberty London's Christmas decoration. It's ceramic and it's absolutely beautiful. It's like a hand-drawn image of Liberty's. So it's absolutely amazing and I love it. So underneath the tree, I've got the other half of the present, which is also from Liberty, and it's Ever Bridgewater mug, which I've always wanted, and I've never had one. So that's also got Liberty. It's Liberty themed. So I've wrapped it back up and put it back under the tree. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is under here. It's not wrapped up, but I've actually bought myself a Christmas present because I just think it's a really nice thing to do for yourself. And it's something that you wouldn't normally buy. So for me, I'd seen this book a couple of times when I've been in Hobbycraft recently, and then I'd looked at it online, and it's a hand lettering. So I don't know whether but I do have like an interest in calligraphy, and I went on a calligraphy course a couple of years ago. So one year I did all my Christmas cards with calligraphy writing, and I absolutely love it, but it's just having the time to sit down and practice. So I treated myself to this book because, as well as just loving calligraphy and hand lettering, I love, I'd always wanted to learn how to draw and paint properly. So this book combines the two, and it's just got some really interesting things in. So I've had a quick flip through it, but I literally put it back under the tree because I know that in the time, like after Christmas, when, Christmas afternoon, when you've had your dinner and, washed up and everything, and then you just come and sit in the lounge, it's just really nice to have something to look at, and that's what I can see myself doing with that book, just like a little treat for Christmas afternoon. So just buy yourself a present. I just think it's a really nice gesture, and it'll just it just shows you that that you feel deserving of it. So so I hope you enjoyed that little video of the Christmas trees, and I'll see you all soon. Have an absolutely amazing Christmas. Bye for now.